Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig.
And I'm Mel.
And you're with Lovindisworld. And today we are super excited because we are at the 2021 Food and Wine Festival here at Epcot. It's the second day of the festival, and we can't wait to try all the amazing food, and we're taking you with. Let's see you around the world. So the first booth that you come across is Flavors of Fire. It's pretty close to Test Track. And basically the premise of this is it's considered stadium favorites. Whoopie pie looks amazing. Alright, so I cut the whoopie pie in half, and I figured to get the best experience, I'm gonna try it all at once.
There's so much in there.
I know
so
there
many
is.
layers.
We're gonna see what happens.
You love whoopie pies.
Okay. So the pie itself is very soft, very moist. The marshmallow kind of tastes like whipped cream. What I don't like on it is the candy bacons. It's kind of a weird texture. Everything's soft and light and fluffy, and the bacon itself is very crunchy and not very pleasing. They taste okay, but altogether, I think they could have left the candy bacon out. It's okay. It's not my favorite thing, but it's not terrible. Just gonna have to work around the bacon, I think. I even like candy bacon, but I don't know. It just doesn't work with all these flavors.
Okay, so I normally don't eat whoopie pies, so we're gonna give this one a go though. I didn't take your route of shoving the whole thing in my mouth at once. But you're right. The cake, I think it has a good flavor to it. It's very soft. Yeah, the marshmallow, it's kind of like a whipped cream flavor to it. It's not really marshmallow consistency, at least to what I'm used to. The candy bacon, I would agree. I don't necessarily need that. It has kind of a chewy texture.
Yeah, it's
to
like
me.
still in my teeth.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's still kind of stuck in my teeth right now. So it's okay for me. I don't think it's a definite no. I don't think it's something that I would have to make sure I get again, but it was at least worth trying. And again, there's a lot of chocolate flavor. If you're a chocolate fan, you would like this. Ooh, I keep eating it though.
So directly across from Test Track and close to the Flavors of Fire is the donut box. And who doesn't love a good donut?
I might want to try the chicken Sriracha one tomorrow.
From the donut box, we got this Sriracha glazed donut with chicken, and it's basically layered multiple times. You have a donut, then you have the chicken with like some kind of a slaw on top, which that's not listed, and then you have another glazed donut, and then more of that slaw on top.
All right, so I have to say this is probably the biggest plate of food that we have gotten at a festival. It was ginormous, that donut sandwich. And
Yeah, I can't believe how big it was.
we had a really hard time cutting through it. It is a massacre on the plate right now.
Yeah, we won't even show you that because it got ugly.
And we almost lost the donut, the top one, on the seat, but I tried the slaw on its own, and it had a little bit of a kick to it. So I tried to get a bite with the chicken, the donut, and the slaw in it. So let's give it a go. There's a lot of flavors in that. So you get that nice sweet flavor of the donut, which is nice and soft. And then you get a little bit of a crunch from the chicken, which the chicken has a good flavor to it. And then you get a little bit of heat. So overall, there's a lot of different flavors in one bite if you can get it all on one fork. That's the toughest part of this dish, is cutting it, getting it all on the fork, and not losing it on the ground. We almost had a catastrophe and almost lost it. But overall, I'm actually surprised that I like this one. I still got a little heat in my mouth at this point, and I'm not really a hot food kind of person, but I'm surprised by that one. And I like it.
All right, so I'm gonna give it a try. It is extremely messy, but it's huge. Like, I know it's $8 for this, but I actually feel like this is something where you get your money's worth because of the size.
And it's a good shareable size.
Yeah, definitely something to share, especially with all this food at the Food and Wine Festival. I think sharing is the way to go, but let's give this a try. Wow. You're right about a lot of flavors. It's like sweet, but then heat, and then like heat, and then sweet. So the chicken is a little rubbery, but the donut itself is very good. I really like the donut. That's slaw, man. That got some kick to it. But the sweetness of the donut really balances out. Overall, I would say this is a pretty good dish and one that I would highly recommend.
If we're keeping score, whoopie pie, 0. Sriracha chicken donut, 1.
Yes, I would agree. Also got a smoothie, which it was a smoothie, now it's just juicy.
It was really good. I drank half of it before you got a chance to try it.
Oh, is that why like it's so small?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But that was pretty
good.
tasty. It's
That's
very
pretty
refreshing.
What do you think? On to the next?
On to the next one.
New for this year is the Epcot Experience Brew and Wing. So what they have is traditional wings with all kinds of different sauces. And then of course, different beer. Now I'm told the wings are phenomenal. I don't know if I really want any wings right now because I'm kind of full after the first 2 items. But this would definitely be a place to come in and get some air conditioning. You can maybe watch the Epcot Experience while you're in here. And I know they have some seating over there as well. So this looks like a nice location to at least get some air conditioning. Next up is the China booth.
The mango chutney with kimchi, coleslaw, and pineapple chutney.
Yep.
And they served it with an Ace pineapple hard cider. That was my first ever dish at a Food and Wine Festival thing.
From the China booth, we got the pan-fried chicken dumpling. So we have a pan-fried chicken dumpling with scallions, some sesame seed, and a house-made sweet and spicy sauce. Let's give it a try. So we got the pan-fried chicken dumpling from the China booth. There's a lot of chicken inside. I already took a bite of it. Give another bite. So this isn't bad. My only critique is I wish it was fried a little harder and the shell was a little crispier, kind of like the ones you get at Ohana's, but it's not bad. It has a nice sweet start, but then it does finish a little spicy with that sauce, that sweet and spicy sauce that they have on top. Overall, it's not bad. I don't know how you're gonna like it with the scallions. I know you can kind of pick around those a little bit, but I took notice that there actually is some inside the dumpling. But I like onions, so I don't have a problem with it. Overall, it's good. I don't know if it's quite as good as the Sriracha chicken that we had. I think so far that's been my favorite item.
So you're right, there's some scallions inside. So I'll be honest, it actually didn't bother me. There was enough chicken in there that I didn't really taste them, and the crunch didn't bother me. I'm a person that doesn't like the crunchy scallion or celery in my food. But overall, this sauce is what makes it. I think the dumplings are good. They're not something that you have to rush out and get, but if you really are trying to find something at each booth or you just want to give it a try, it's good. I don't think it's outstanding, but the key to this dish, if you're sharing it, let the other person eat their dumpling first. Do you want to know why? So you get all the sauce at the bottom, because again...
Oh, sneaky.
So we're gonna actually put some extra.
Oh.
Yep, look at all that sauce.
So that's why you told me to eat my dumpling first.
I did. I was like, you know what? Why don't you talk about yours first, and I'll just take a second seat for this one.
Okay. So, would you think that's your favorite dish so far?
Let me think about that one. Based on flavors, I'm going to go with the Sriracha chicken donut, just because of the dynamics and different flavors. So you have the sweet, the spicy, the crunchy chicken, you've got the slaw in there, and then that sweet aftertaste. I think that's the best bite. Something that I would get again so far would probably be the dumplings. I'd probably get those again. And there is a little bit of a kick to it, but not too much. My lips are burning, but my mouth's not burning. So I like the sauce. It had a nice sweet flavor to it. Has a little bit of a kick, but not too much kick for those of you who don't like spicy food. So thumbs up from me.
As we continue to make our way around the world, the next booth you come up to is India. Now I will say India will not be open until October 1st, which, as you know, most people have October 1st on their calendars because it is going to be the big anniversary celebration. But if you want to try India, October 1st. Here's India's menu offerings. I think the warm Indian bread sounds good. Next booth up through is Kenya, and I don't know about you, but can you wait until October 1st? That's right, October 1st will be the opening date for the Kenya booth. And these will be the food offerings of Kenya. And right before you enter the Germany pavilion, we have the Alps booth. Once again, the Alps will not be open until October the 1st. This will be the food offerings that the Alps has. Right next to the Alps booth is the ever popular Germany booth. I don't think we're going to get anything from Germany, but here are the offerings. The chicken noodling is probably one of the most popular dishes over here. We tend to get that one every food and wine festival. All right, so to put in perspective, between Germany and Italy is the Spain booth. Once again, this one will be opening October 1st as well. Here's what Spain will have to offer. Just outside the entrance to Italy Pavilion is, of course, the Italy booth. All right, here's what Italy has to offer. So Melissa got the grilled chicken ravioli from the Italy Pavilion to try. This is a grilled chicken with Parmesan cheese, Romano cheese, and Alfredo sauce. So, Melissa, you got the grilled chicken ravioli, which came in at a whopping $13. Yeah.
I do think that you get a lot of food. However, I do think that there is a better value with the donut sandwich that we got for $8. You said it was
$8 the donut sandwich.
Yeah. So overall, I had a couple of bites of this. I do like the Alfredo sauce. I like the chicken inside. What's interesting is I had a couple of chunked chicken pieces. Normally,
really?
Yeah. Normally it's like not like a puree, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
ground
okay,
chicken.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of chunks of chicken, which was different.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think the flavors are relatively tasty. I will say mine are cold. So I don't even think they were sitting under a heating lamp.
They weren't. I can tell you when I went over and picked them up, they had them just sitting on a table, waiting. And I don't think that was the item that was being ordered a lot of.
So, I mean, the flavors are good. I like the flavors. I just would prefer it to be a little bit warmer. Now, maybe they were just thinking of me because it is really hot out here and they didn't want me to overheat. However, I'd like it a little bit warmer, but again, I like the flavors. This is something I probably would eat again. Maybe not right away. I'd want to try some other booths. I'm not sure yet if it's worth $13. I think there's some other expensive. I know you're gonna probably try the lobster roll later, and that's a more expensive item. So maybe a few dollars less, but again, good flavors if you're looking for a pasta dish.
Right next door to the Rotunda Bistro is Hops and Barley, which is a festival staple. Okay, so I got the New England lobster roll at Hops and Barley. I will say it's a little smaller than previous years, and they put the butter on the side, I guess, to create your own pour, which I would gladly take. You have a toasted roll, definitely have a lot of lobster meat in there. Just wish it'd be bigger, but let's give it a try.
Well, that's crunchier than I think previous years.
Oh yeah.
Is that a different bread?
I don't think it's a different bread, I think it's just toasted harder. That lobster is so good. I mean, that lobster is just phenomenal. It's just so light, and that butter taste on top is really good. With the bread, it is good. I just wish the bread would have been a little softer. It's almost too crunchy, but one of my favorites, one of my go-to. I highly recommend it. If you like lobster rolls, you're gonna love this. It's fantastic. Huge fan of lobster rolls, and this is just incredible.
Well, and let's just talk about price. So it's what, $8?
$8.50 for it, which, you know, it's pretty comparable with most of the stuff here. Most of the stuff here is, you know, $5, $6, $7. I know you got the ravioli, which was $13.50, but it was a lot bigger than this. You know, in terms of value though, still that chicken donut from the donut box is right up there. I mean, really good. As we continue to make our way around the world, next up is the Jaban Booth. Here are their offerings. The chicken bun is something that we've gotten before. So next booth up is the Grease booth. And here are the offerings that Grease has. So in the heart of the France Pavilion, we have our next booth. Of course, it's France.
I want to know how to do.
In between Canada and the UK Pavilion, we have our next booth, which is Ireland. This one also will only be opening on October 1st. And here's going to be the offerings. Oh, they have the Guinness Bailey shake. If you've seen our video from last year, you guys know how I feel about that Guinness Bailey shake. New for this year, the Appleseed Orchard is actually located inside where the Canada Far and Wide show is. Now last year, the Appleseed Orchard, if I remember correctly, was located inside the Festival Center. So this is a new area. And here's where you can get the different items from the Appleseed Orchard. So I had a chance to try the frozen apple pie. It was very good, very refreshing. Tastes just like a apple pie slushie. Also tried the cinnamon apple cider. That was pretty good. I know Mel likes that a little bit better than I do. And it looks like she's ready to try the apple crumble tart.
That's really good. I'll be honest, I don't eat apple pie ever. The only time I eat cooked apples is at Disney. This is the best one I've eaten. I think the only time I had apples was the apple strudel, I think at Germany, is one of the desserts. The outside of it, the crust is just so light and flaky. That crumble on top is delicious. The apples are cooked perfectly. It's just really, really good. You have to try this.
Oh, I will.
It's 2 thumbs up. This is my favorite thing so far.
So I had a chance to try the apple crumble, and I will be honest, this was not my favorite thing. While it's not bad, to me, I think it's a little too dry. That's just my take on it. Then again, I might be just really thirsty from being out in the heat and everything, but for the most part, I think it's kind of dry. It has a good taste to it. Just wish it would have a little bit more of a moist
Texture too.
Moist texture would be great. Other than that, it's not terrible though. I think my frozen apple pie is still the winner. So we have the Canada booth, which they seem to have the same thing every Food and Wine Festival, and why change it? Because it's very popular. The cheddar and bacon soup and the filet. Next up we have Australia. New for this year is the Noodle Exchange. And here are their offerings. And here are the options at the Shimmering Sips. Draw your attention to the banana bread with mixed berry compote. This is something we tried last year, and Mel said she bought
That was my favorite item last year. The banana bread was so good.
So I think we're going to skip out on it this year, but this is the offerings that they have.
Get the banana bread.
When you first enter World Showcase, right here, the port entry and Disney Traders, you have the Hawaii booth. And here are the offerings of the Hawaii booth. New for this year is the Swanky Saucy Swine. Try saying that 5 times fast. And there are the offerings. And right before you enter the Mexico Pavilion, you have the Mexico booth, and here are the offerings that they have. So, the 2021 Epcot Food and Wine Festival. I will say I am full.
I'm very full.
I'm very full.
And we didn't even try something in every booth.
Yeah. I will say this year is, in my opinion, much larger than last year's. And it's only going to get bigger. I counted at least 6 or 7 booths that won't be opening until October 1st. But in the meantime, you know, there's plenty of places to try, plenty of food to try, plenty of drinks to try, a lot of different stands to visit, and they're in different areas, which I like. I like when they have the same booths but still put them in different areas. And I even like how there's some, you know, inside the Canada far from home adventure and the American far and wide, yeah, the far and wide and the American adventure. I was running this together. But yeah, I think that's pretty nice. As far as the food goes, I don't think I had anything that was really bad.
No, I thought the food that we got this time was better than the food we got last year.
Right. I mean, I had some stuff that was just average. Then I had some things I thought were really good. Like, I thought that chicken and donut was the best thing I had today. Both value and in terms of taste. It had so many different flavors going, and it was only $8.50 for a large sandwich. Like, you know, you get some of the things at this Food and Wine, it's just like little tasters or little sips. That was a full sandwich, and it was really good. You got the ravioli, which... Yep,
and I think that was really pricey. It was $13. You did get a lot of ravioli, and you could probably share it with someone else, but you don't eat that, so I had to take care of it on my own. But yeah. I would have enjoyed it if it was a little bit warmer. I did like the chunks of chicken inside, and the flavor was good, so I do recommend it. I'm just hoping that yours is a little bit warmer than what mine was.
All right, so I think no matter where you go, I don't think you can really go wrong. I will say I think you need more than one day to cover this festival. I mean, it's fine if you want to make one lap around and just get something here or there, but to truly take in everything that this festival has to offer, you're going to need at least 2 days.
And I want to talk about some of the things we didn't get. So if you've looked at our videos last year, there were a couple things we tried. I know you mentioned the banana bread at the Shimmering Sips.
Shimmering Sips, yes.
I always struggle with that one. That was my favorite item last year, and we knew that we liked it, and we didn't get it this year because we wanted to try some new stuff. But that banana bread is really, really flavorful, so I recommend that. We always get the chicken noodle in Germany, so again, again, that's good. We did not get it this trip. We wanted to try some different things. And what else have we gotten here before?
Well, I usually get the lobster roll, which I did get again.
Oh, and the bayo bun, the teriyaki bayo bun over at Japan. That's also one of my favorites. Again, I knew I was going to like it, so I wanted to be a little bit more adventurous and try some different things. So if you'd like to see what those options are like, definitely check out our videos from last year. We try some different booths. Some are the same, but we're trying to give you some variety this year.
Right, and if you enjoyed today's video, you know, keep a lookout. We're going to try to get back to the festival again, maybe try some more things later on, maybe once it opens again October 1st. We'll see how that goes. If you enjoyed today's video though, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. Be on the lookout for new content, and join us next time when we'll show you why we are
Lovindisworld.
Have a wonderful day, everyone.